A group of private hospitals has seen a slight increase in admissions due to COVID-19. Vice President-elect Sara Duterte has begun speaking with concerned agencies for transition. And a top official in Texas says authorities made a wrong decision in their response to a recent shooting. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Riza Diaz. We begin the newscast with the Private Hospitals Association of the Philippines saying that the current COVID-19 related admissions are still manageable. In today's Laging Handa briefing, PAPI President Dr. Jose Rene De Grano reported a slight increase in the number of COVID-19 patients being admitted to their member hospitals. But he noted that most of the cases are asymptomatic.
Actually, merong slight increase sa mga admissions pero manageable pa naman po. So parang ating mga private hospitals.
As for monkeypox fears, De Grano assured the public that the private hospitals in the country are ready in case the virus enters our borders. But since the government has yet to approve the procured or shots against it, the focus is on the detection of symptoms and treatment.
Pero supportive lang po naman ang ating gagawin sa kasalukuyan po kasi wala pa naman po mga bakuna for these things. So ang ano po natin ay isolate and then supportive po ang treatment natin.
Despite the reported uptick in COVID-19 infections, the government continues to ease restrictions to further stimulate the economy. But authorities continue to urge the public to get their booster shots. Marian Enriquez with a story.
2 million. That's the number of COVID jabs set to expire by the end of June. Most of these are Sinovac, AstraZeneca, and Pfizer vaccines. Health Undersecretary Mirna Cabotaje said that they have already demanded some 34 million doses to the COVAX facility for replacement.
Replacement for vaccine includes vaccines from all sources. So, hindi lang po yung galing sa kanila, but they will also consider some of the vaccines that have been procured by the national government, even our private sector and our local government.
With this, DOH continues to encourage the public to get inoculated. So far, almost 70 million Filipinos have been fully vaccinated against the virus. Over 73 million have been jabbed with the first dose, while some 14 million have been inoculated with their first booster shot, and more than 170,000 with the second one. Meanwhile, changes were made with some of the health protocols. The Interagency Task Force has lifted the submission of negative RT-PCR tests for arriving Filipino and foreign nationals. For those aged 18 and above, they have to be fully inoculated and got at least one booster. Those aged 12 to 17 should be fully vaccinated, while those below 12 only need to be accompanied by fully jabbed guardians.
Foreign nationals may enter the Philippines provided that they comply with the applicable visa requirements and immigration entry and departure formalities, and provided further that they are fully vaccinated against COVID-19.
Aside from this, DOH has announced the removal of PhilHealth or medical insurance requirement for collegiate face-to-face classes. For News 5, Marian Enriquez, we are One News.
In other news, the transition of powers between outgoing Vice President Leni Robredo and Vice President-elect Sara Duterte has started. According to Liloan Mayor Cristina Frasco, Duterte's spokesperson, the Vice President-elect has communicated formally with the Office of the Vice President to ensure smooth, orderly, and comprehensive transition. Frasco added that Duterte, who will serve as Education Chief, has also formally communicated with outgoing DepEd Secretary Leonor Briones. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. The Texas Department of Public Safety admits that delaying their entry into the area where a tragic shooting incident happened is a wrong decision. In a news conference, authorities said it took 45 minutes for 20 officers to break into the room and confront the gunman at the Robb Elementary School. The on-site commander explained that the suspect was barricaded and that the children were not at risk during that time. It still isn't clear if some cops will be held liable for the second deadliest shooting or school shooting in the United States, killing 19 children and 2 teachers.
Hey, for the benefit of hindsight, where I'm sitting now, of course it was not the right decision. It was the wrong decision, period. There's no excuse for that. But again, I wasn't there, but I'm just telling you, from what we know, that we believe there should have been an entry at that as soon as you can.
In the UAAP, the race for the Final Four in women's volleyball tournament heats up as Adamson, NU, and UST turn out victorious in their games earlier today. The Adamson Lady Falcons got back on the winning track with a comfortable 3-set whipping of the UE Lady Warriors. The NU Lady Bulldogs rebounded from a first-set loss to remain defeated in 9 games, following another dominant win over the Ateneo Blue Eagles. The UST Golden Tigresses, meanwhile, notched their 4th straight win after digging it out with the UP Fighting Maroons in 4 sets. And in the final game of the day, the DLSU Lady Spikers look to bounce back from their loss on Thursday as they take on the FEU Lady Tamaraos. The Lady Spikers are currently ahead 1-0. Some international colleges are now launching TikTok classes for influencers making at least $5,000 for single post. Let's watch this.
If you are intentional about building a brand, if you are intentional about the ways you engage with your community, and if you're intentional about the ways in which you're seeking to grow and expand, who's to say social media can't be a career?
For more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World Online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now, www.signalplay.com, and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.